live. Yep, you're live. Welcome, everybody, to another day in the Milky Way. And today I have all kinds of people. We have, oh my gosh, Julie Ann Payne, who's going to tell stories and teach us a bunch of stuff. We have Mandy Moo. We have Australians to beat the band from down under today. Go, go, go. And Trina, and Trina's here. She's going to read us a card tonight. And we got Teresa. I know I messed up the saying on your name all the time.
Everybody does. It's D and Tone.
D and
Tone. Teresa, yeah. I do not see you in chat, so you might want to go to a different thing because you're not there now. You don't see me in chat? No, no. I had to close out and go back into another one. So it's like there's double. I don't know how to explain it.
We're on. I mean, everything looks good on my end, and I can see us up on the thing. So we're all good. Mandy Moo, you are the new gal here. Please tell us a little bit about yourself. And we're introducing you to the group. Hello, hello.
Hi, I'm from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Oh crap, I'm nervous. Don't put me on the spot.
Don't be nervous. Just let it out.
Yeah, so I sell crystals and things. Crystals and homewares that are like an art that are procured locally and things like that. Yeah. Great.
Well,
welcome, Mandy.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you know all about crystals and stuff then.
I'm still learning. There's so much to learn.
Really? Wow. I'd like to have you on to talk about some crystals sometime too. I mean, we got the Queen of Quartz over here on the U.S. side, but maybe you got some good points of view on that side of the pond.
Yeah, definitely. I love learning about anything to do with crystals, but mainly luminosity studies on crystals, so like luminous effects and things like that under UV light and frequency.
Oh, that's really interesting.
It's cool.
That is very, very, very interesting. And now all of you are on not you, Mandy, but the rest of you are on the Andromeda 7, right? Mm-hmm. All of you. Okay, great. Teresa, how's that coming? Tell us about it. You're like the spokesperson for this, for coordination, the coordination of it all.
Well, sometimes I'm the spokesperson. They're all getting real caught up to speed on it, so they're actually doing really well. Everybody's doing really well. So that's good. We had a very successful show opening Friday night, and I think we're up to is it 119 or 120 some? I mean, it's getting up there in subscribers already for just one show. So that's a actually wonderful feeling to know that so many folks have come on board to see us. But we got about 3 or 4 requests already from folks that want to come on the show and talk and share their stories.
That is super good. Now, when's your next show?
This Friday.
So it's going to be every Friday at what time?
It'll be 10 p.m. Let's see, it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I think that's 7 Central, or 7 or 8 o'clock Central, and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Great.
We did it so it was in between everybody else's shows, so that we didn't step on anybody's toes,
Yeah, and I see you in chat, Teresa. You are in chat.
Oh, thank you.
Just to let you know.
I've seen the laptop.
I was like, I see you now. I see you.
Or it could be like some people I know that go back and forth between these devices and they just slam it on the keys. And I'm like, one finger,
I know. Me too. It's hard.
One sausage finger at a time.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that's working out. And, I hope everybody goes over there and subscribes. I'll try to get the link and put it in the description tonight too. After we get all done. I'm sorry I didn't get it in there.
Oh, that's okay. You were rushed, Robert. No problem.
Oh, no, I know. I made it by the hair of my chinny chin to get here and get this all put together and get the trailer video. Oh, I got a really good trailer video out there if you want to check it out.
It was good. I put it out.
Yeah, I know. If you've seen it, it's all with Trina and Brian doing the higher minds thing, and you're talking about.
Made me cry. I swear. Every time I watch those, you made me cry. I was like. Every time, Robert, I watch that before the show, I'm crying. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Well,
good tears, but his voice.
Oh yeah, I know. I like try to link up with Brian, you know, and then I just let him guide me to where I need to go and what I need to put on there. I swear that he's helping me. I really do, because when I'm putting them up there, it's like, you know, I got all those videos to choose from, and how do I pick one? And it's like this one over here. This is the one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird.
No, I know you're right. I know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Julianne, you're going to have a good show tonight, and Trina's got a card pulled, I guess, for tonight's beginning of the show. And you pull the card, read that, and then we'll check out who's in chat, because we got a lot of people pouring in, and this will be good. This will be good.
Well, I pulled 3 of them actually. And the first one was abundance, and the second one was soaring, and the third was self-inquiry. So abundance surrounds you. It embraces you. It is everywhere you look, in everything that you feel, touch, taste, smell, and hear. It is everywhere. It's embracing you right now. It is time to open up to the abundance that is already here. Recognize how truly blessed you are. Take time to count your blessings and write them down. Grace always responds to the cup half full instead of the cup half empty. To manifest abundance, you must already be soaking in the very presence which you wish to create. If you bring scarcity belief into it, you will tend to manifest that which you are focusing upon. Examine some of your old limiting beliefs. Recognize the lie in their limitation. Ask if infinite grace were to speak from freedom about this old belief, what new, expanded belief would it now offer me? To manifest your abundance, you must come from it. So that was the first one. And then second was soaring. Come to the edge, he said. We can't, master, we're scared. Come to the edge, he said. We can't, we're scared. Come to the edge, he said. They came, he pushed, and they flew. Have you been feeling stuck or ungrounded lately? Have you been feeling weighed down by normality or routine? It is time now to step out of the box, to try something different, fresh, and new. Maybe even something a little scary. It's time to open up now to the unexpected. If you have unlimited talent, courage, wisdom, and freedom, what would you do? Take a balloon bouquet filled with these inner resources and breathe them into you. Let them fill your whole being. Now, what will you open up to? How can you stretch? How will you grow? And how will you do when you can do anything? How will you soar? And then the last is self-inquiry. There is only one question really worth asking. It's the question as old as humanity. It is a question about the essential nature of the self. And it is your invitation to deepen in the realization of what am I? Find a quiet place and sit in stillness for a few moments, and then inquire of the deepest parts of yourself. Who am I? Drop all the labels and the identifications, and then ask your essence to be revealed. Who am I? Who or what is that really? Who is that asks the question? Who or what gives rise to the answer? Who is that is observing or witnessing the entire process? Open up and fall into the wondrous presence from which the questioning is arising, and just rest in that infinite space that is just as it is. It is as that, and that is you. And that's it.
Wow, that was really good. I like that first part. That one really resonated with me, that first card.
Abundance.
Yes, that was just like, I was like, oh
yeah,
man,
that's how we bring stuff in. We have to feel it like it's already present in our world to make it show up in the world. So this is like the biggest message is, you know, don't let the script that we're seeing manifest. We have to go above it and create and work on that which we want to see. And how you do that is to actually feel it and see it like it's already present in your world, and match that vibration and bring it into the reality, because we're magnets and we manifest.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's why Julie pulled you up before when she said, like, when you said, is there a bit of trouble in the world? And she's like, don't say that, because what we say, we manifest ultimately. And so if you see trouble, you'll bring trouble.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say about what I said and what she said. And I'm thinking, yeah, I got to really think about it. I mean, I can manifest good things and I can manifest bad things just as easily. So, I mean, without even thinking about it.
Because we're manifesting by default all the time.
Absolutely.
I've brought some of my feast with me.
Yes. Oh, that's cool.
And my gerbil.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Let's blow that up here. Okay, there you go. Look at that. That is nice, pretty.
Love Julie's book.
Yes.
So pretty.
Anyway, anyway, we got a lot of people joining us tonight. We got a full house tonight. Everybody and anybody seems to be coming in. And we got Steve is joining us, and he says he's losing subs. And the good news is David Barry hit 1,000, so he's gonna be able to go live.
Oh, right on.
There you go.
Yeah.
We have
awesome.
We have Michelle Can-Am Free, and we got David Castle, who was our guest last night. It was awesome. We got Jill Jarrett. Mary wins. Yay. Sarah Horton. And Sarah loves this show.
We love you guys.
I know. And let's see, we got who else we got in here? I seen Lucky Stone. We got Deborah Truex.
Hi, Deborah.
We got
hey, Deb.
We got Lori from Pure Love Ascension.
Hi, Lori.
And let's see, who else? Am I missing somebody? Elliot Robertson. He wanted to know what deck of cards you were reading from. And
I use a deck. I don't even know if you can purchase it. It's called The Journey. Yes. And it was when I was trained to be a journey work practitioner, and I fell in love with this deck. It's beautiful, and it's a pretty big deck. I don't know how many cards there are. I think there's like 70 cards or something.
I invited Elliot to our show because he's got a project he wants to bring on Andromeda 7.
Oh, well, awesome. See, we're getting new people all the time. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
My neighbor Kylie, who allowed me to have her space the other day for the Wi-Fi, she's working with Elliot, and so that's how the synchronicities fell into place. She come to visit me the other day, and she said, I need to talk to you, Julianne. And I said, we're starting this new show, and it just fell into place. And she could see Joy at the back of on my wall, and his mother's name's Joy. It was just so many synchronicities, and I'm yet to really contact contact with Elliot.
That's awesome.
But we just got on Messenger together today. Kylie set us up. So hello, Elliot.
That is nice. We're bringing in new people, and we're all connecting. That's the important part.
Hi, Don.
And his project is about community. I think that's what he wants to show, how we can do all this community effort. So I'll read his email when I get off, and we'll have a chat later.
Nice. We also have Joyce. Are you serious? Joyce, hello.
Hi, Joyce.
And Paul from Newcastle and Darth. Hello, Darth. I send him a hat. Speaking of hats, you know the one thing we didn't do last night, we didn't pick somebody to send a hat to.
You know, and I thought Lucky Stone.
Lucky Stone?
That's the first thing that came into my mind when you said somebody should get a hat. So Lucky, I don't know if you want a hat, but I literally heard.
Okay, Lucky Stone, email me your address and you will get a hat. I have this. This will be your hat, and I will mail it out.
Lucky just got lucky.
Yeah. Yes, Lucky Stone, he deserves a hat. I think he lives in a colder area anyway, so
yeah, I think so. I literally saw him walking in the woods with a hat on. I'm like, Lucky needs a hat.
Lucky Stone is getting a hat. And I sent Darth's hat out, and I sent Delaney Jones's hat out, and I got to send Steve's hat out. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll send everybody's hat out. But Lucky Stone, you send me your name and address. My email, the Milky Way Soul Tribe email, is in the description below. And it's all in there. Just email your name and address. I won't share it with anybody, and I'll mail you the hat. No problems. It's on the Milky Way Soul Tribe. Got to stay warm in the winter, you know.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
We want something organic. So what's going to happen now, guys? I want you to stand up out of your chair and move your butt. Shake your tush.
All right.
I'm all for it.
Get flexible.
Woo!
Again,
We're shaking. Hey, I got my Milky Way Soul shirt on. Can't see me. Now remember, these hats are all made by Crystal MacArthur. I forgot to tell you that. I did all the important stuff, and I forgot that part. Anyway, Julianne, you're up. This show is all yours. You're gonna tell us some good stuff tonight, aren't you?
Okay, so did everybody get themselves get motivated?
I can't get up. I can only shake my boobs. That's it.
Yeah. Shake them if you got them, girl.
I shaked them.
That's it. Shake it up. You know, it's so funny. Julie's teaching you guys polarity. This is like one of the first things that you learn in polarity is how to get your chi moving. Is you get up and you start moving your body, shaking, dancing, rattling, toning, sounding, breathing. That's moving that fire. Get your fire going. And Julianne, you are a true alchemist.
Yeah, well, she better help me find what I just lost on the floor, Trina.
What are you going to say? Is show me where it is. Show me where it is. Say that,
Show me where it is.
Show me where it is.
Show me where it is.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Show me where it is.
Yeah. So what we had with Trina's cards was very paramount at the moment too. I bought my gardenias so everybody can have a smell-o-vision, and that's very abundant from my garden. So everyone breathe in that beautiful smell. Hello, Teresa.
Breathing it
yes.
in.
That's it.
What in the world? Okay.
Okay. So one of the words that Trina used was grace in her cards. So if you look at that word grace, it has race in it, which we are part of that race of grace, and it also has ace in it, which is one. Ace is in the deck of cards, isn't it? It's the one. So you've got one, the race, and grace. So there you are, all in that one word. It sums everybody up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And also at the end, it's got C, C-E, and that'll lead into the vision that Robert's got for me.
Oh, you want to see the thing? Okay, hang on. I'm getting that, and there we go. I hope we can see that.
Rightio. Everyone can see that that's an S, which has a C going one way and a C going the other way.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So when you look at the S, when you look at the words that start with S, you have swing, don't you? Swing. So you've got an S, the C going one way, the C going the other way, and then there's your wings, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then you've got step, haven't you? So when you're stepping, you can see from one end or the other end. You can go down the step or up the step. See?
See? Yeah.
See?
I never quite looked at it like that before.
And then you have steep and you have steer and you have steel. So depending on which steel, of course, as well. But look at the S. When you look at the S, you can look at it and look at the word. It's got C in it. The S has got two C's. So we also have two C's. We have the SEA and the SEE, don't we?
Yeah.
CC, right? So the alphabet we have is A, B, C. And remember, I am only a storyteller.
Darn good one.
Yeah, but it's just a way to look at things, because if you're looking at that direction and that direction, you've got more views than just looking straight ahead all the time, okay?
Right, right.
Right. So then you look at the word snake. So you can see the C with snake, it goes like that. So
Yep.
if you look at that, snake or serpent, if you look at the word serpent, which has an S as well, that actually comes from he creeps. That's where serpent comes from. He creeps. So if you look at the word creep, it's virtually C, look at reap. I know it's two different reap, R-E-E-P or R-E-A-P, but look at the word reap. So when you reap something, you are actually to do with the crop, isn't it? You're reaping the crop. And crop is to do with the head of the plant. So if we go back to the serpent, you've got the head of the plant, which is rising in us. But also the crow, that what a bird actually has when it's, they call it the crop of the head of the plant, is actually the craw, the C-R-A-W, which is where the food sits in the bird's neck. So it's all to do with food and crops, okay? That's what, when you look at the word reap, it's about harvesting the crops. And you do that at different times of the season. So if going back to the pagan ritual sort of things, you would actually do things at certain times of the year when the seasons were ready for you. And so what's happening at the moment is we're actually getting used to maybe just eating what's in the season. See the sun. See sun. So that's when you eat, is when those foods are ready for you at that time. You don't need to import them from other countries. You eat them at the time is right for you in your sun. So has everyone got that?
Yeah, I never really thought about it in a season. Yeah, it's right in front of my face this whole entire time, and I didn't even look at it like that.
That's where they've spelt it a different way, have they not?
Yes.
Yep. And they are us. So the shadowy sides are us as well. So you have to look at it as if it's just us.
Yep.
Just us.
Yep.
You can take that down now, Robert, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So just look at it all from those different angles, right? Because we're just all different facets of the one. We're all everything. So when you say a certain thing, if that's what you think in that person, that is a reflection of you. So there is no trouble. It's just equal. It just, because I've got another word that starts with S. Don't have to put it up though, Robert. It's separation. The word separation, right? So we have SE, which is telling you to look, see? Then we have PAR, which is equal at ions. So even in the separation, it's equal. Par sits in there, PAR, which is equal. So you don't get reactive. That's the whole point of when anything's happening, you stay level, equal. You don't react to the situation. Okay.
Right.
Oh,
So you stay equal at the ions.
Yep.
So you don't separate from the whole.
That's it. Oh gosh, Trina. Oh, that's not Trina. Hello, Trina.
Teresa. Yeah. Trina, Teresa. Yeah.
I got it. I think I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
By not being reactive, you're staying equal at the ions. Therefore, you're not separating. So if you're seeing a reflection of something that you don't like in somebody else, like if I call a friend a dork, yeah, I'm seeing those negative things in my own self reflecting back on him. This is what my friends have been trying to tell me. Oh gosh, Michelle. It's you're reflecting yourself onto someone else, so therefore you're separating from self.
That's right.
So you want to stay whole and balanced and non-emotional or non-reactive, right?
Non-reactive. So you look at me and I'm a pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A window pane or a mirror,
right.
like a mirror.
So you can look at it from whichever angle you want to look at it. I know I can be that if that's what you think, but if you look at it from the other angle, I'm reflecting that version that you've just seen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A version of what I've seen.
Yeah. So that's why you don't become reactive. Joke about it, because that's what, if you look at what's going on, it's a distraction, right? A distraction of being inside. And you look at the word distraction, it's distract, ion, right? I just got ion, distraction. Now, when you look at the word track, it's TRACT. There is an act in that, but tracked in my big spell book, because I've got it sitting beside me right here. You can look up track and it'll actually have a K there. So it means to track or to trace as well, right? This means away from the track, doesn't it? When you're distracted, you're not on your path.
Off track.
Yep.
Off track.
Wow.
So when you look at what's going on and you've become distracted than your path, because what you're here to do is to be joyful.
Right.
Loving, graceful. You know? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I was saying, don't let all these illusions out there take you off track and take you off your path. Be aware, be quiet, be patient, be aware, but don't react, or you will be distracted.
That's right.
Absolutely. Wow.
And we're all just character actors. Of course we are, but we're just we're actors in the character. We're just playing a game, okay? So have a fun game. Have it fun. I've got a little poem. I've got another one, but this one I wrote the other day. So come join the fun, folks. Come join the laughter. Come join the banter. You'll become very smarter. Let go of the program. Gone the old score. Gone the old stuff. Ready to soar.
Oh, ready to soar.
So what I got up and danced when you're actually shaking your booty, booby, whatever one you want to do. So what you're doing is you're elongating the telomeres that are just wanting to just be flexible, and then you stay youthful.
Oh, yeah. That is so true. I do that every morning. I get up and I I go like this and I shake off all old and I imagine manifest myself to be the new.
That's right. Man, I feast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, I feast.
I'm so goofy. I was watching myself.
Goofy's good.
That's it. It's fun. It's being childlike.
That's right.
It's being childlike. That's the point of having fun, you know, swinging around and skylarking and having fun. That actually lifts your vibration. So I know everyone says about the light, but I point out lighter in the heart, meaning light as a feather light. So if it's light, it's right. If it's heavy, it's not right. You get that feeling in your heart whether to go with it or not. It's light, then it's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Children are filled. Their children are wonderful. They're full of wonder. That's children. Children are wonderful. They're filled with wonder. Everything is new. Everything is exciting, and everything. They can make anything. You know, they still think they can make anything, be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Their imagination is their superpowers because they literally know how to use it. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Wonderful children.
Yes, so like what Trina says, wonderful, full of wonder, beautiful, full of beauty. I separate that and I spell it with an extra L because it's cheapened it. When you just chop one L off, it's full of beauty and full of wonder.
Yeah.
And so welcome is come well.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you look at the word come, it's the company of me, me.
Yes. Yes. Co-me. Yep.
Come.
Co-me. It's all me.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's there's a little thing here I wrote down this morning because I was joking with myself, of course. So I don't know whether you use the word, you know, when you're taking a rest, do you ever say the word spell? Oh, I'm taking a spell.
Yeah. I remember my grandma used to say that all the time.
So after a spell of hard work, I'll give you a distraction.
We need to explore that a little bit more.
It's amazing how you can make good jokes out of simple words when you really know what they're saying now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll just read this other little poem I wrote a few years ago. I'll take the flower out. Now this one's called No Guilt. The words I write, the words I say may change on any given day. And that's correct because you're allowed to change your mind. Mm-hmm. We are given free will and a creative choice, and I'm using poetry as my voice. These are some statements that I'd like to use just to get you totally confused. Now, I did not write them and I cannot take claim. I will write for you and give you their name. The first was physicist Niels Bohr. The opposite of a correct statement is a false statement, but the opposite of a profound truth will be another truth. Then there's Lao Tzu, the philosopher. The way that can be told is not a constant way. The name that can be named is not a constant name. The third one is Gary Douglas. Everything is the opposite of how it appears to be, and no thing is the opposite of how it appears to be. Now take these statements and use them as the key. Your imagination and no guilt is how it is you see. Guilt is the denial of your very existence. So be creative, love of life, and pure persistence.
I hear that.
Beautiful.
I hear that. Yeah.
That was good.
On the 28th of the 1st, 2010. So that's a while, 10 years ago.
Wow.
So that's in my book. Everyone can go and have a look on Crystal Network, on Karen's our webpage over there, Crystal Network. You can go and look at my book on that channel. Okay.
It's a beautiful book. I love your book.
I can put that in the description
Mandy,
too.
how you going?
Link that.
How's Mandy going?
Oh, good, thanks. I actually really enjoyed that. I really get into the wording of things and just the words that I'm using. I'm being very aware of that lately. Yes.
Good.
Well,
So
it's it's like Mandy was showing us the jars of rice, the one with love and the one with hate. It's like, that's such a, that was I think that was the very first show Brian ever did when he first started his channel, and he did it with Sue. And it was a story about the power of what we speak into the world and how our thoughts create our reality. And that was so proven with Dr. Emoto's work with consciousness of water. Water is consciousness, and we're mostly water. So what we speak about, we bring about, and we need to really send some love to the water inside of us, as well as the water of the world.
I believe it's not only water, it's also food. So hence why I'm very big on trying to grow what I can as well. Like, one, it's in season. Two, I know it goes into my own soil, and I'm growing it for love. I'm not growing it for commercial production. And therefore that's the energy that it has behind it, is the energy.
Nope, she hit her.
My family has that stuff. So yeah, what I believe in. Like, so I started this on the 26th of February. This year. Oh. It's 2 different jars. I did this one when I was in a happy mood, and I wrote this one when I was a little bit angry. And I literally just have it sitting on my shelf. So that's just normal rice, and I did it at the same, came out of the same batch of rice. I had some left over from dinner, and I just put it in there. And literally, even the way the condensation goes on the bottles is different and stuff. And I just really started to be aware of what I was saying. So not using words like, instead of going, I'm not going to be sick, going, I'm going to be well.
Just say, I'm a vision of perfect health. I am now matching my organic template of my spiritual creation point. Yeah, get bigger, get bigger. Anytime you say I can't, or I want, or I need, shift that into some form of, it's already present in my reality.
Require. You require, you don't need or want anything, you require it. And I spell it as if you're singing. R-E-C-H-O-I-R. I require, so you're singing for your supper. You're singing for what you require. So you sing. Require.
That's funny today, Julianne. You know what I woke up hearing? I woke up hearing that song, Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. I literally woke up and I couldn't get that out of my head. And then I started to see each one of our chakras is one of those sounds.
That's right.
And that this might be one of the keys to restoring the harmony within us and our planet, is going through these sounds. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So we are those 7 sounds, and those 7 sounds are so powerful. And then after that, I in the movie Avatar, when they were trying to revive, and they were all sitting on the ground, and they were holding their arms, and they were doing that. And I literally saw us chanting these sacred sounds, and all of us were in a circle, sitting anchored on the ground, and we were connecting like Avatar to this huge tree of life. And it was all of us together. And this energy we were creating was powerful, but it was about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. They kept showing me it's about the sound. Remember the sounds. So we got to remember these sounds, guys.
And you also know when you're not in a good place and someone might make you reactive, you often look at the tone that they use, because everything's a tone. And so when you react, you change the tone. And I use that a few times. I'll go, did you hear that tone that you've just used that in? Because that's kind of, you know, you're in that angst sort of thing. But years ago when I was doing I still do my energy work, but when I was doing it, I bought a glockenspiel. And what I would do is I would get the person I was working on to tap up the glockenspiel. And when you hit the note that was not in tune, you knew that was the area you had to work on.
Yes. Yes. Because it doesn't flow. The vibration is stuck. It totally, you can hear it. I totally know what you mean, Julianne. That's so awesome.
Yeah. You can hear it in someone's voice when they're communicating with you. Even if they're saying nice things, if the tone is off, then then you know that frequency is off, and they're not really either they're not being sincere, or something's going on inside them that day. Yeah. And it used to bring me down because I have family members like that, you know, and they'd use this tone, you know, and I'm like, ugh, you know, but now I just in my head think of a more cheerful, and I just blow it off that way. But now what Jules just gave me was the tool that I need. And what you just gave me was the tools that are the tools that I need to get even better with that myself, because I'm still a little reactive and get distracted because of the tone that someone else is using with me. It's a trigger.
Yeah.
And I think my sister Julie Ann and my brother David saw that one time not so long ago. Tones will set me off, and that'll trigger something else that's inside of me that I'm still trying to get out. And so now you've just given me some tools to keep those tunes and that frequency in myself. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's like I require balance, and I'm going to now sing a new song.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, maybe I should try that, you guys. Maybe I should try shaking it the next time somebody uses that tone with me.
Absolutely, shake it off, man. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Oh my goodness.
Go on, you do it.
Sorry,
Robert. Shake it off, Robert. Go on, Robert. You know you wanna. Go on.
I'm gonna get my hula skirt out, you know. We're gonna
You're surrounded by your sisters, Robert. We're giving you a hard time.
That's right. There's a lot of female power here, you know. But no, you're right with that tone thing. I do that with my dogs. I mean, you got other people to talk about, but I got my dogs, and I can look at them and I can go, get over here. And then they all cower going, oh no, Dad, we did something bad. You know, but if I go, oh, come on, you pretty puppies, you know, they all come running.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. When I was in school, one of the craziest things that we had to do, and I thought this is all just crazy stuff, because I really had no idea how powerful energy was. And, you know, we were doing protocols and trying to release like dark, stuck energy that maybe you have identified or maybe you haven't, but you can just tell that you just got some frustration, some anger, some rage, some pain, whatever it was. This exercise was to go and release it. And so what we had to do is we all went outside into this field, and we all like spread our legs a little bit more than shoulder length apart, and we would literally scream into the earth. And it was kind of amazing, because when a lot of people do this at once, the energy you can feel it in a very powerful way. And it was almost like some people were releasing almost a primal scream. And literally you could see their frequency and their energy, everything change immediately after they did that release. It was profound. Yeah, just giving it all to the earth. It's like, I have this pain and I have this frustration. I'm going to give it to you so you can turn it into oil, or turn it into diamonds, or turn it into fertilizer. But I'm going to give you this darkness that's stuck in me, and I'm going to have you help me to pull it out, and we're going to sound, and I'm going to ground, and we're going to dump it, and it's going to become useful instead of detrimental. So that was the focus, and it was powerful. And I couldn't believe how much energy I felt come out of my body. It was profound.
That's great.
That's
wonderful.
Yeah.
You can always just go and lay on the grass Just lay on the grass and just be in that moment, and some tone or sound might just resonate, and you can just do that sound. You know, our name is our sound in a sense. That is our name, the nature of me. NA is nature and me. So your name, you could go and sing Julianne. I mean, for you, whatever your name is, and you go Julianne, Julianne, whatever, you know, however you want to sing. Because I just got goosebumps as I sang my name. Because how often do you sing? How often do you call yourself? You don't talk to yourself by your name, do you?
Right.
In a while.
You know?
No.
Once in a while, I'll yell at myself and I'll say, "What?" Or, you know.
Yeah, interesting, Julianne, because I woke up this morning with that song in my head: "Doe a deer, a female deer, Ray a drop of golden sun," and then it says, "Me a name. I call myself." Yeah, far along the run, so a needle pulling thread. Yeah. So lots you follow. So yeah. Tea. A drink of jam.
Julie.
It was.
Oh. That's it.
Just going back to the, sorry, did you realize that the curves that you did then? So it goes back to that S that we were seeing before.
The S and the sewing.
Yeah.
And sewing is even using the S.
Yes.
That's it. And when I write so, I always write it with the W.
Yes.
Whenever I write so, I put a W on the end of it, because I am sowing seeds, or I'm sowing. I know it's SEW, but I sow with the SOW. Yeah. So that's when I write, because we are a W.
Yes,
we are
absolutely.
I got to be honest with you. Before I got to know Jules, I just thought she had a spelling problem. I swear. I'm like, what? Oh, she's Australian. Maybe.
Gee.
That is great.
3 days to figure it out. And I'm like, oh, wow. She's doing something with the words. And I'm like, oh, I feel stupid. But now I'm not. I'm enlightened.
I know when I was in chat for all that time before everyone saw me, I knew they were going, oh my goodness, that girl, she can't spell. I knew that because I thought nobody gets me. I think.
Now I look forward to it.
Oh gosh, I so get that. I don't know why, but like Julie talks and I'm like, I so get it. I get it. That is so funny though. I could totally see how that could happen. That's why it struck me so funny.
Yeah, but now I
totally get how that could happen.
I totally get it now. And so I'm actually looking for it every day. I'm like, what's Jules got today? You know?
Right. Oh gosh, I love it. That is a great story, Teresa.
I've got some more for you, right? Because you know, Teresa, how we've been joking with the you are.
Are you?
You are.
You are. Are you, me, are.
Yeah, you are. Oh, anyway, you are means light. So if you look at the word future, you are in that as well as you are in that. So you are the light of the future.
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
So then you have nature, which is the nature of, NA being the nature, and you are the light in nature.
Yeah.
And then nurture. You are in the nurture. You're a nut at the front though. But you are in that as well. And you're and our and tour, we're all in those words because you're the light of it. You are.
Yeah. That's awesome. You are is also, I see Uranus, and Uranus is one of the chakras in the body, and it's the that's the God part, they say. The Uranus is the unknowable God part of the zodiac system. Wow. Nature, you are, future, you are. It's unbelievable. You are.
And you look at that word you just used,
Got the
Uranus. Uranus, right?
Yeah.
Well, man, you are. Man, you are is manure. Man, you
Oh,
are.
I love it. The fertilizer. Yes. Fertilizer. Man, you are.
Man, you are.
You are.
You were. Yeah.
So when someone's giving you the heebie-jeebies or the SHIT, you just turn around and go, man, you are.
Yeah.
That means cow dung.
Yes.
Man, you are.
You're saying you're cow dung.
Yeah.
I wonder what
They
they
don't
do
even
with
know.
dung. D-U-N-N.
You're getting them to call them a little bit of a piece of an SHI, and they don't even have a clue. Yeah, man, you are. Whew.
Man, we're getting some tools here, aren't we?
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need tools in this game we're playing.
Well, right from, like I use it all the time, usually in chat, is in it I all. So URC, you are the initial source. If you don't get that, well, then they're still working, you know, in it I all. Initial, so URC, source. You're already it right from the very beginning, right in. You're it. So there's nothing to complain about, because if you don't like what you're seeing, change the view.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've heard that a few times.
Yep. It's true.
It wasn't in a
because
good way.
We become what we perceive, and we become what we see. That's why it's so careful what we speak about and what we let into our eyes, because it is true. We really create.
Yeah. So when you, like I've said on the last show probably, but when you look at the words that have got I-O-N on the end of it, they're telling you to turn your eye on, or you are an ion. We are all those ions, whether they be negative or positive. You walk into the forest, they're negative ions that make you feel good. So that word's saying they're negative, but they're a good thing for you. So we have to get away from thinking that negative is negative, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to start looking at negative as our receiving property, and as positive as our sending properties. So when you're like receiving even gratitude or receiving love, that's a negative polarity, because you're in the receiving end of that mode. And if you're sending love, you're expressing the positive charge of creation. So we need to look at it as polarity, not as a bad or as a good, but more as a function of creation.
That's what a motor is, or a battery. You're on and off, on and off, on and off. And if the battery or the motor in your car didn't go like that, you would stop. So you just got to look as you're one big power system of source, which is salt, sour sea. That's the salts that's in you. That's the charge. So, you know, if you're always on, you'd get a bit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Charged up. Yes. And if you're always giving, you get drained. That's why we have to have balance. And 90% of the balance of the human vehicle is based upon your cell salt, which are your minerals. The 12 essential cell salts, they actually fuel the Duracell, the top of the copper top of the battery of the brain. So there's multiple batteries in our system.
Duracell. That's why it's called Duracell, as the thing, the Dura.
Yes.
And the cell, as in the self, because I always spell it CELLF, because they're my cells.
Yes. And the battery cannot operate without the proper amount of water and salt, because without it, it loses the conductivity. It cannot switch in positive, negative function. It can't do the polarity dance between in the central connection, which in the connection is the bridge. The bridge is the salt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're batteries. We got to keep ourselves charged.
Exactly.
For sure.
When you're in a space of joy, you're charged, you know, and then you go to sleep and be restful, and then you're ready to be joyful again, charged.
Yeah.
You know, And I've got a shirt where I've got on the back of it, local current, see?
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. They use our energy, and our energy is called currency. And what controls the currency? The river banks, you see.
Yes.
Ah.
The banks, yeah. The currency is controlled by, yeah. Wow.
Well, the other night I learned I was a dwarf, and now I'm learning I'm a battery, so I'm a dwarf battery.
Me too.
Mandy, how she's going? How you going, Mandy?
Fine, thank you. I mean, really enjoying it. As I said, I'm like right into words, so it's actually quite fascinating to break it down. And yeah.
Well, another word I use is manipulation, and that's I pull at ions. And when you're working with the ions, you're able to get what you require.
Yeah.
Because it's a science word, and that's what they do. They manipulate to get what they want. But I pull at the ions to receive what I require.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
See, and that's when you're taking the negative charge and using it into full potential and power, because you're drawing in that which you need, because you don't need anybody to give it to you. You can actually bring it into self through that powerful magnetic negative property within your battery.
That's right. See, now, you know, that makes me think, because I love history and stuff. So I've read about Tesla. Now, didn't he make some like things? He figured this stuff out about frequency in the body a long time ago, and he developed these machines that would fix you by, you know, frequency. Did they not? Do you guys remember that?
You know, Tesla was a crazy Cancerian, Teresa.
Yeah. Yep, he was. Just like us. You little crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Robert, yes, that technology is very, very profound and real and true. And I've been working with it for 20 years. So
yeah, I've got one of his pens.
Oh, right on.
Cool. Yeah.
Love that.
That knowledge we will be receiving soon.
I know. Yes, we will, Julianne. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We're calling it now. Bring it in.
Right now. Right in this now moment. It's happening right now.
Right now. Right now.
I've got goosebumps, everybody. Right now. We have that power in us right now.
We're going to own this right now.
Right now.
We own it.
Now.
We own it.
Think about it. And NOWOWN.
That's right.
Yeah. We are the one.
Yep. We own it now. OWN NOWWON.
Yeah, and because we are the one. ONE.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on.
Yes.
We're on. ON. Drop the E, we're already on. We're here, HERE. He and her are here. Whether they're there or where, you're over there, you're on, I'm over here. That's there, we're here. He and her are here, there, and everywhere. Because we're here right now.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, it's so funny. They're getting ready to do some massive ceremonies in Uluru in Australia in December on the 21st. And I know the indigenous are doing all of the ceremonies and stuff, but I literally saw that they are the bloodline of the present moment, but we are the bloodlines of all the past. And I saw that we were supposed to form the outer circle around their inner circle to amplify and emanate this energy further out through the planet. And we would do that as our spiritual group coming together and all energetically. But I saw us sitting with our arms and sounding, making sound and literally connecting to this powerful energy point and opening and unlocking it, because it's been shut for a long time.
Right.
One of the tones I think one of the elders uses is maybe, I think it's Mu, MOO. Moo?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I just come back from Uluru. I came back from Uluru in October. So I did a bit of I got a little bit of a spiritual pilgrimage to Uluru, just to I was just being called there. So I went and I was looking forward to meeting the elders and speaking to the elders. Unfortunately, they're not available at the moment. So you can feel like there's a big presence. There's something happening there. You can definitely feel it when you go there at the moment. And yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll share with you the word because Julianne pulls the spell apart. You've got you, so everybody's a you.
Yes, they are.
ULURU.
These are people representations.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Oh.
So we've got ULURU. You are is in there, so that means light, and RU on the end is gateway. L in Hebrew, of course, is God. So we stand upon two L's, and that's our foundation. So you are the foundation, the light, and the gateway. Uluru.
Okay, thank you. You guys put some pieces together for me.
So I've just worked that out by looking at the spell. The elders might say something different. Remember, I'm a storyteller, but that is how I look at it, because if you look at any word that's got an L on it, in nature, nothing's really those capital letters like we have in the English alphabet. But we stand upon two L's, and that's 90-degree angles. And so that's your foundation of your house.
Yeah, and our two L's are our two legs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's your foundation, found at ions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got a full book of pages today. So I got a question for Mandy. You got all the crystals and stuff, and this is gonna go. Maybe Trina, you can help out with this question. So, like these crystals you got, do they give off certain frequencies, and can you infuse them with those frequencies? Because you guys were talking about frequency here, and we're all crystal. We're crystal, and minerals are crystals. So if we're crystal and everything, and you could have a crystal, could you transfer energy from the crystal to you, or you to the crystal?
Oh, certainly. You can hold memories within crystals. You can do so much with crystals, and I think literally all of our technology that we have today isn't capable without crystals. Like your smartphones, like people laugh at me and go, oh, do you think everyone's going to walk around with crystals in their pocket? They already do. Your smartphone has a liquid crystal display, including you've also got emerald, ruby, sapphire, gold, silver, copper, and then silicon, which is a man-made crystal structure, but it's still a crystal structure nonetheless. So all of our technology today is not capable without crystals of some kind. And people think we're in the technological age. We're not. It's the crystal age. And
that's right.
To the frequency and stuff. So I do a lot of luminosity studies. So you have under a UV light, so something like lapis lazuli will actually glow orange when you expose it to UV. So short wave, long wave, and medium wave UV, it will glow. And then you can also get the same effects to happen with frequency. So what the crystal's actually doing is it's holding the energy within it, and then it emits the energy out as light, because it doesn't know what to do with the energy. It's too much for it to store, and then emits the energy out as light. That's in the crystal phenomenon that they can explain, but a lot of it they can't explain yet on a scientific level. So yeah, I'm just getting some frequency chambers made up and having fun and trying to play with frequency next, because you can get the same thing.
She grows crystals too, guys, and they're beautiful. The crystals that she grows, they're magnificent.
The business.
That's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So pretty.
Right, hang on. I'm going to blow that up. You hold that up there for a second. Now, you got to say something so it goes to your screen. I can't.
Yeah, talk, Mandy.
Yeah.
Here we go. Is that better now?
Yeah, there you go.
Talking.
So that's a bismuth crystal. So that is just from metal, so bismuth metal, which is used in a lot of your anti-protection from radiation during like X-rays and like scans and things like that they do medically. And you just heat it up on the stove, but like be careful if you do it, like use masks and things like that, because you can get sick from some of the the metallic like particles it lets off. But yeah, so I just make these ones on the stove, but literally I ask them to do different colors. I just ask them, I can't watch it. It grows differently when I watch it as opposed to when I like let it do its own thing. And yeah, you get some really awesome structures, a lot of temple and pyramid like structures as well, which is like very fascinating and interesting.
Yeah,
I also noticed
cool.
On days where the Schumann resonance is high, because we've been having a lot of spikes in the Schumann resonance lately, I'll actually get a more complex crystal structure, so it will almost create extra layers. I'll have to take some pictures and show you, but yeah, so I've been playing with a little bit of that lately just to see. So but yeah, it's just you simply ask it to go the different colors, so it will go all different colors of the rainbow. But yeah, when it's cooling, you just ask it, and then I put the pot down and it does. And people ask me how I get crystals like that, and I tell them I just ask it, and they're like, well, if you didn't want to tell me, you should have said so. But I did. That's how I get it. So yeah, that's what I'm learning with words too, is how much just simply saying something or asking something. Yeah, like you said, like before, if someone loses something, like help me find it, or assist me. Like simply asking is so great for so many things. It helps with manifestation so much.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When my husband's got something lost in the shed and he says, "Oh, I can't find a certain thing," I said, "Have you asked?" And I walk over and they go, "Is this what it is?"
Yep.
They don't like that.
we're talking about crystals and we're talking about these big meditations and stuff. And this is one of the fossils that Karen sent to Australia for the Uluru ceremony for the elders. And the elders, they've got this fossil, and this is a fossil from Atlantis or Mu. And these are very old, and this is a clam. And this is extinct for long time, but this clam is actually the perfect shape of a heart. So they're fossils of clams from at least probably about 500,000 or even longer ago. They don't know because they're very, very old. But this was the symbol that she sent to Uluru for the ceremony, was these fossils from the Atlantean clams.
Yeah, lovely.
To represent the heart. Yeah, because it's a heart.
Yeah, beautiful.
That is cool. That is way
So,
cool.
yeah, I think it's cool for us to see certain things that can help us connect to certain energies, to help anchor those energies and remember and reawaken those energies.
Well, the radio used to be called the crystal set because it was a wireless. It was wireless. And so we are the crystal set. This is our transmitter and receiver. We're wireless.
Yes. We're the original Wi-Fi.
Okay, so we did that. Did we ever dissect the word crystal? No, I don't believe we have.
Well, it's crystal.
Yes, crystal.
Yeah, crystal.
Now that you ask, I'll go back a few days ago.
Yeah, she had it in here somewhere from day before yesterday.
So crystal comes from KRUSTALLOS, which is icy cold, super cooled ice. That's where it actually comes from originally, was to do with ice.
Wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, I won't go
crystals are water.
Where else I was going with this, because it gets a little bit too far down Julianne's words. But anyway, and quartz comes from QUARZ, which is KWARDY, which means hard. Okay, so it's super cold, cooled ice hard. Now, my girlfriend, which I'll tell you about her, my friend Karen, used to live in New Zealand, and she used to go to Franz Josef. It's a glacier. And when she was up there, she was given a piece of rock that had a crystal on the top of it, and it was freezing cold. And she took it home, and it thawed it took 2 years for it to thaw. So this is I'm just going to tell you a story if you're ready for it, guys.
Yeah.
I think possibly the quartz could be a certain frequency that's really hard frozen ice. Plasma.
Yep.
Yeah. Frozen plasma.
Yep.
Because that's what the technology, this is what we're becoming now, this plasma.
Yeah.
I think 5D is actually the plasma, which is another variance of, it's aqueous vapor, which is hydrogen. So I think, I don't know, it's just Julianne looking at the words, and when she goes down a rabbit hole, she just sees these things. I'll give you something else, which is really interesting.
Okay.
If you look at the word in the salts, Trina, you got potassium. Now, potassium is actually Kali.
Yes,
Kali
phos.
Yeah, so you have Kali myrrh, Kali phos, Kali sulfur, right?
Yes.
Guess what? Kali in the actual Hindu, you know, the actual god was, one of them was goddess, was Kali.
Yes,
Now,
the goddess of destruction. Yeah.
Kali represents the role of the divine knowledge in destroying the human ego. So if you've got your salts right, your ego's fixed.
That's right. Yes. I'm telling you, when I take my cell salts, it stops cravings. I mean, you eat differently. You have more fire, more chi. You just feel better. There's something to that. And I'm telling you, part of that is that Kali, and part of it is the phos, because phos is light.
That's
the
right.
Light breaks through everything.
Yep.
Cleans it up.
So all we are, our body is chemistry, it's biology, it's alchemy, it's everything like that. And all old mythology is just talking about the human form, and they just named them different gods. It's just the human form.
Yes. Yes.
So
and I think Kali, don't you think that might go to the Ka, like Kabara? It's like, those are sacred sounds of creation. Crystal is another one of the sacred sound groups, which is Ra, Ya, Sta, La. Yes.
I've got it in my book here. So you can go to when you go onto the website, you'll see that I've pulled crystal apart. And so it's Karasatay, or you know how it's spelled, Krystal, and you can chant that. You can chant.
Yes. And I think that might be the sound for the ceremony of Uluru, is the sounds of crystal. Kara. Yes, it's the 7 sacred original sounds, and it's based on the crystalline form.
Well, we could all have a go now. It's
goes on to the from this morning of your sounds and your chakras.
Yes. And it's the ancient, and think about it, it's from the word crystal. It's powerful.
Makes sense.
The word Karaba has those sounds in it.
Yes. This is what I woke up hearing. I woke up hearing the stupid song, Doe a Deer, a Female Deer, singing the crystal, the sacred sounds aligning with the chakra points, and all of us around the tree of life making these sacred sounds and unlocking the world.
Well, see, my daughter's name's Crystal with a K.
My daughter's middle name is Crystal with a K.
Oh, wow. Who
nice.
See, what a small world. We are all on the same path.
You can't make this stuff up.
No.
Wow. Well,
it's truly, so we are it, everybody. There's nothing outside of you that's going on. It's all going on inside of you.
Absolutely. And after that, we've had a whole hour and 15 minutes so far, and we've been chatting along. You got any last things for us, Julianne?
What else have I got for you today? I just saw in here labels. So don't put any labels on anything. Don't label anything. It just is.
It just
is.
Right on. It just is.
Yeah.
It just is.
just is justice.
That's what I love about Jules. It's just so simple. No complication.
No rules for Jules. No rules for Jules.
There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So it's with your intention. So if you think it's this, well, of course, that's what you think. You're allowed to think that because that's what you think. Like I say, I'm a storyteller. If it doesn't resonate with you, I give you a seed. You either water it or you don't. It doesn't bother me. It's up to you. If you think a weeks later, you might go, oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Just planner.
Well, a lot of what you teach, Jules, does that. It has that effect. It sinks in. It goes into the subconscious. And a couple of days later, if you're in the middle of a situation, I'll catch myself with my words now. And I've even done it in the group chat. I've gone, oops, Jules is going to get me on that one. But it does. It changes. It transforms your brain cells. And it gives you a whole new outlook. I'm 10 times more cheerful now than I was a month ago. Well, and a lot of it has to do with.
I've been doing this for some years, and I would know when something was too much for people because they'd get the blank look, and I go, I know I'm a pain, see ya. But what I would say, well, I've got your neurons firing now. They're actually going on a different pathway because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
Yeah.
So they start going, oh, I'll go over there now, or I'll go over there. So you start to see a different view than the one
I just heard, Julie, you just gave them new ions. New ions. You just connected them to new ions. That's so awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I've been through a lot of brain trauma, and I can tell you from experience that it really takes a lot of work to remap your brain.
Yes.
And they have you do all kinds of brain exercises to help you with your speech and to remap your brain. And with Jules, she's giving you a whole new language system through your subconscious and through your thoughts. It's completely remapping the way in which things come out of my mouth now. I mean, I have a ways to go and a lot more to learn, but it's a huge improvement. And it's far more organic and less mechanical than what they're teaching you in the hospital they should have Jules come into these clinics and teach folks like me that have had problems, because it's just a wonderful way. It's explosive,
And as you create and work on those new synopsis links in your brain, and you keep working on those, then eventually you'll break the old ones that are no longer paths that you go down. And so you can make it stronger. It's literally reprogramming your brain. Yes.
It is reprogram your brain. And what it is to use the logic and the creative, which is the grand orgasm coming together using your whole brain, and you'll be able to manifest whatever you require.
Yes.
That's what it is all about. It's really what it's about. It's the male and the female in the brain, the neurons, but coming from the heart space because it's light. And then you just wham, and then you can just manifest. I'm working on that apple in my hand still.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The same as what you said the other day, Trina, about walking through the wall. We'll be able to do it. When you know and believe honestly and the neurons start firing, you'll just go, whoa, I'll turn up in your house, Robert.
I would love it. And we will dance, Julianne. We will dance. We will dance. Yes.
It's called imagination, and the brain knows no different or real, whether it's being real or artificial. It knows no different from you just imagining that you are actually created heaven on earth. You've already created it because you already have created it.
That's right. If it's already created, it's already there, and you got to act like you've already done it to actually have it manifest.
That's correct.
This was so much fun, Julianne. Thank you, Mandy Moo. So good to finally get you on and get to share with you a little bit. And Teresa, I love you. And Robert, you're just awesome driving the bus. I love you.
I am. I'm a good bus driver. Thank you, Mandy. I hope you can come back again sometime. I would like to hear more about those crystals, and we learned so much. And Julianne, you taught us about the frequencies with this. I'm going to be singing, and Trina, I'm going to be doing the do re mi for a long time now. I love that. I love that movie. I love that. What was it? Sound of Music? Man, that's where I learned all that.
Yes.
And Teresa,
thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you. And thank you to everybody else out there. If you can just manifest, my house is really small, but I got a really big backyard back here.
So wonderful.
Robert, you can do that, Robert.
Yeah.
That's right. So pop in anytime. We'll hang out in the backyard.
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that, be the frequency you want to receive, everybody. And we'll see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great
That
Sunday.
was fun.
Woo!
Thanks,
Wow.
Robert.